Ladies and gentlemen, he is back for his second session. Happyness Murali on the theme Breathing and Leadership.
Are you guys full of energy? Yes. Can we rock for the second session? Yes. Will you participate? Yes. Then may I request all of you please stand now. And guys watching online, you are watching one of the most historic events, 24 hours non-stop management conclave. And this is the 22nd session, am I right? 22nd session, okay? If you are just logged in now, stay with us. 21st? Okay, this is the 21st session. And all of you, will you do whatever I am asking you to do now? Yes. Sure? Yes. Can we all prove to the online community that we are the best university in the country? Yes. Or in the world? Yes. Now all of you say Cheche Kule. Repeat, Cheche Kule. Cheche Kofisa. Kofi Salanka. Kata Shalanka. Kum Adinde. Okay, it means it's a African tribal song. It means hands on my head. All of you do the same action. Cheche Kule. It means hands on my head. Cheche Kule. Cheche Kofisa. Kofi Salanka. Kata Shalanka. Kum Adinde. Kum Adinde. Kum Adinde. I am going to repeat this 3 times, and every time it is going to be a little faster, and every time you have to just shake your hips a little bit. Is that okay? Everybody with me? And guys online, are you guys ready? Okay, Cheche Kule, Cheche Kofisa, Kofi Salanka, Kada Shalanka, Kum Adinde, Kum Adinde, Kum Adinde, hey! Little faster, Cheche Kule, Cheche Kofisa, Kofi Salanka, Kada Shalanka, Kum Adinde. Kuma inde, kuma din hey, faster, Cheche Kule, Cheche Kofisa, Kofi Salanka, Kada Shalanka, kuma din hey. Very good, fantastic. Can we give a round clap for everybody? Very good, very good. Just give a high five to your friend sitting on your left hand. Say you awesome. Very good. All of you, please sit. Please sit. Can I share with you the second secret? What is secret number 1? What is secret number 1? Shall I tell you the next secret? Because if you understand the next secret, you will stay energetic from morning to night and become the successful leader. How many of you want to be a top successful leader? You say, I. Very good. Now I have a question to you. Everybody knows how to operate computers? Correct? Now I have a very simple question. What is the controlling part of a computer? CPU, correct? If the CPU is conked off, it's gone, computer is gone. Am I right in saying? Yes. Correct? So for a simple computer, CPU is the controlling part. Am I right? Yes. Similarly for the CPU, like the CPU, which is the controlling organ of this human machine? Brain? Heart? Brain? Breathing? Yeah, controlling organ of this human machine. What is that? Brain. Brain. Heart. How many of you say heart? Put your hands up. Machine. Heart work alla machine oda. Okay, how many of you say brain? Okay, let me cut short. Okay, the function of heart is only pumping of blood. Am I right? Am I right? It means the heart, one love, one dub. Correct? It pushes the blood out, it contracts and relaxes. Am I right? So it means 72 times a minute. This heart fellow keeps on pumping. That's all it does. It's just a pump. Correct? During bypass surgery, the heart is even stopped. You don't die. Correct? Am I right in saying? According to the medical community, the controlling organ, that means right from your birth to death, morning to night, one organ which controls every movement of you is called kidney. No. That organ is called your brain. That organ, right from your birth to death, morning to night, one organ which controls your every movement is called what? Okay, so I know SRM students are very bright. So I am going to ask you the second question. What is Amitabh Bachchan's daughter-in-law name? Daughter-in-law. Aishwarya Bachchan. Very good. What is Rajinikanth's original name? Very good. Yeah. What is next Kamal Hassan movie name? My goodness, you guys are rocking in general knowledge, man. Very good in general knowledge. So I am going to, thank you. So I am going to assume that you guys are really good in the next question I am going to ask you. Because you are very good in general knowledge. So I am going to assume that you know everything about one controlling organ called brain. Am I right in assuming? How many of you know anything about your organ called brain? How many of you know that? What do you know about your brain? The organ which controls your movement from morning to night. Cerebellum. Okay, what else is there? Medulla oblongata. Very good. What else you know about brain? Neurons are there. Very good. What else you know? Pardon? It has a neocortex. Very good. What else? What? A little louder. It has synapse, it has neurons. Very good. I have asked a 10th standard biology question. That's all. You have neurons and axons. Some people have. Okay, now I think I have to ask a different question. How many of you believe that you have brain? Put your hands up. Very good. So all of you have brain, correct? But whatever you guys have shared with me right now is just 0.00001% of this organ called brain. It means we know that much only about my organ which controls every movement from morning to night. It means I know about myself only that much. Am I right? What I am going to do now is, if you have to really understand the secret number 2, you have to understand basic stuff, a very layman stuff about this organ called brain. Because every successful leader in the world understood something about this particular fellow called brain. So I am not going to give you a neuroscientific jargon here. I will put it in a very layman terms, very simple brain facts to you, which is very, very important as a manager, because I am going to tell you the secret once you understand the basic facts. Are you guys all ready? Can I share it in a layman term? Is it okay? I will not share in a neuroscientific term because you will not understand any word that's coming out of my mouth. Can I share it in a very simple plain terms? Okay, now all of you are looking at me, correct? All of you sit straight first. Okay? Now all of you are looking at me right now, whether you are watching it online or watching it live here, correct? Now when you are watching me, that means you are looking at me, the back portion of the brain has to get activated. Then only you all can first of all see me. Now right from morning, you are paying attention to all the speakers here, correct? Only if the front portion of this particular area of the brain is activated, you all can even pay attention to whatever somebody is saying. Now you have to understand all the different varieties of concepts. This area of the brain has to function. It's called the parietal lobe. Now for you to remember and recall and tell it to your own friend, Machan, summer session, recall, if you want to share it with your friends, this area of the brain has to function. For a very simple action, that is, you are sitting here watching me, see, different areas of the brain has to get activated. Then only it is possible for you to understand something that's happening in front of you. Now in 1909, a very famous neuroscientist by name Dr. Brodmann mapped every portion of the brain. He mapped every area of the brain, and he found is very simple, that there are specific areas of the brain which are responsible for day-to-day functions. There is specific area in the brain which is responsible for planning. There is specific areas in the brain which is responsible for organizing. There are specific areas in the brain which is responsible for creative thinking, strategic thinking, communication, leadership skills, public speaking. Any function that is required in our life, there are different points is there in our brain which controls that particular function and action. Everybody clear? Is it very simple terms? Understood? Now I have a question. How many of you in this room, you are aware of your own, some of your strengths? Do you all have strengths? Can you put your hands up and say I? Okay, put your hands down. How many of you in this room are watching live? Do you know that you have some weakness also? Do we all have weakness? Is there anybody in this hall or watching live or watching the recorded one? Anybody will, put your hands down. Put your hands down, put your hands down. Anybody can say that I don't have any weakness? Is there anybody in the world like that? So we are a mixture of strengths and we are a mixture of weakness. Am I right in saying? Is this point clear? Now why something is a strength for mind? It's a very simple neuroscience. Very simple neuroscience. For example, if say for example communication skill is your strength, there is one particular area of the brain which is responsible for communication, correct? If that area is active and dominant, you get that function and that skill. Simple. For example, if another person communication is not their strength, it is their weakness. Why it is a weakness? Again, it's a very simple neuroscience. That area is very low active or subactive, suboptimal or not even active. So they are unable to get that particular skill. Mathematics. How many of you are very good in mathematics? Are you tuition plus 2 10th we have not scored centum. Why? There are some guys will just happily go and get centum. Because for them, that particular area which is responsible for mathematics is very strong. Some people, public speaking is very strong. So some people, leadership skill is very strong. Why? Because that area is active. I am putting the neuroscience in the most simplistic way. Please understand this. It's much more complicated than what I am explaining to you. You will not understand anything if I tell you the technical jargon. Are you all with me? Now at this, if you have listened to me properly, one question should have come into everybody's mind. Why only one area of the brain is very active, thereby that is my strength? Why the other area is not active? Anybody can answer? Anybody, do you know the answer? Why? Why only one area is active, so I am getting that strength, the other area is not active? Anybody? Do you know why? Environment. Okay, very good. Any other answer? What? You say pandradilla. Apro, we are not using it. We are not trying. Okay. But let me, these are all still jargons, you know, MBA jargons. Need-a. Need is not there. Somebody says need is not there, so that area is not active. But let me tell you, the nature is very simple. This is a product of nature. The functionalities inside is also very simple. Let me tell you in a very simple way. Why some area in your brain is active and why the other area is not active is simply because the place where it is active, there a lot of blood is flowing. The place where there is no activation happening, blood is not flowing that much. What does blood carry? Oxygen. From where do we get oxygen? From outside, through our breath we take in oxygen, it goes to the brain. So it's simply put, a neuroscience simply put, wherever oxygen is delivered in the brain, that area is active. Wherever oxygen is not delivered, that area is suboptimal or subactive. A very simple neuroscience put together here. Okay, very simply put here. I am giving in a very simple terms here because but still it's very complicated to understand. Everybody understand this? If you have understood, the next question should have come. I have never told my blood to go straight, take a left turn and deliver here. I have not asked it to take a U-turn and deliver here. Have you said that? In sleep have you said that by mistake? No. We have not said that. Then why the hell this is happening inside my system? Any answers? Any answers? Do you know why? Thoughts? Thoughts? Okay. Let me tell it very simply. Again, to cut short the time, which has been said by our own ancestors of this country thousands of years back, which is again proven after investing billions and dollars by the neuroscience community. They have come to one simple scientific conclusion, that the way we breathe determines which portion of the brain has to get activated, which has been said by my own grandfathers in this country for years. But you know, logical brain, Western brain, logical mind, we don't agree to all these simple facts. So we have to dissect it, invest billions of dollars, and the same neuroscience comes and tells that for entire global activation of the brain, that means every portion of the brain, if it has to be active so that your peak performance will come out, all we need to do is so simple that we have to breathe only 5 times a minute. Just 5 times a minute. You know, one breath is one inhale, one exhale, correct? Am I right? Neuroscience today tells that if you want to have autonomic balance here so that your peak performance will come out, all you need to do is breathe very slowly and deeply only for 5 breaths per minute. That's all is the simplest secret here. But across the globe, when they researched successful leaders, I'm not talking about healthy leaders, successful leaders, across the globe when they found out a very simple secret, that every successful leader was breathing at 8 breaths per minute. Do you know how many times you all breathe, including the guys watching online? Do you know how many times you breathe? 17 per minute. An average Indian citizen is breathing 14 to 20 times a minute. 14 to 20 times. When you breathe faster, it means you start inhaling and exhaling faster and faster. The more you breathe faster, your heart fellow, no, the pump fellow, starts beating faster. What is the number of beats per minute? 72. It means in 1 minute, my heart is pumping 72 times. Lub and dub 72 times. Am I right in saying? If the same heart, if you're breathing faster, it has to beat faster. It means 85, 90, it keeps on increasing as your age increases. So starts beating faster and get conditioned to the beat. It means the heart doesn't completely contract and doesn't completely relax. So in the same 60 seconds, instead of complete 72 times, it starts beating half contraction, half relaxation. So neither the blood is completely pushed out, nor it is completely filled. And if you look, ironically, the heart is positioned here, the brain is positioned here. Against the power of gravity, the heart has to push the blood to intricate parts of the brain. Now, this portion of the brain, which is called the prefrontal cortex, which is the most important part as a managerial function, it's called the executive brain. This portion is not the front side of your brain. This is the back portion of your brain. The brain is evolved from here to here. Now, since we don't breathe properly, breathe very faster, we have no clue of how to do that, we don't supply oxygen to various parts of the brain. So, we blame it on environment, we blame it on parents, we blame it on education system, we blame it on society. We keep blaming others for our lack of inefficiency and our lack of understanding. Everybody understood this point? How many of you understood? Say I. So it means the simplest secret is very simple. The profound secret is very simple. Across the globe, every leader who became successful in his profession, personal or professional, anywhere, he was breathing very slowly and deeply. The biggest secret in the world is this. You don't get this secret anywhere in the books. There is no book written like this. It's my personal research, and I have researched 3,300 leadership studies across the globe. And it all says various traits and competencies, but only a handful of few literatures talks about breathing. And because it's very subtle, we ignore it. So can we all breathe slowly and deeply? Can we all do that? Sure? If that's the case, then I have a simple question to you. Now 1 minute, how can? Let's get, you have heard the theory part so far, correct? Everybody clear on the concept and theory here? Yes. We will practice now. We will do a demo session here. We will actually practice it live here in this hall and watching live. Everybody can do that. Can we all practice it? Yes. You heard the theory. Can we all do it practically here right now? Yes. 8 breaths per minute? Yes. Any human being in the world can do 8 breaths. 5 breaths is very difficult, let me tell you. You can't do that. Huh? Without practice, you can't do 5 breaths per minute. But with practice, you can reach even 3 breaths and 4 breaths. But I always suggest, as managers, stay at 5 breaths and 6 breaths. And depending upon the number of breaths, even the job profile can be done. A CEO, a company head, always breathes very slowly at 5 or 6 breaths per minute. Because when you do 5 or 6 breaths per minute, only your strategic thinking and conceptual thinking and ideas keep flowing. You can't execute. You will not execute at that time. Your thought will be very high. Very interesting ideas will flow. But if you are the low end level of operations guy, then you have to breathe at 8 to 10 breaths per minute. Because then only you can execute, you can make decisions, make emotional decisions faster and get the sale done. So depending upon what kind of a role you are playing, you can shift the breath pattern, the very simple stuff. If you just shift the breath pattern, you can become absolutely phenomenally successful. So can we all practice 8 breaths now? All of you are ready? Guys watching online, are you ready? Then all of you sit straight. Please sit straight. Keep all your baggage and luggage. No need for any of those things. Before I give you the technique, before I share the technique with you, I have a simple question which I am asking continuously to many leaders, to many people across the globe and the country. Simple and dumb question. I have got 50% times wrong answers. When you inhale, my tummy comes out or goes in? Give me the answer. What? Just touch it and see, man. Put your hands on your right side, on your tummy. Okay? Take a deep breath and see if your tummy goes in or comes out. Goes in or comes out? How many of you say comes out? How many of you say goes in? How many of you say nothing is happening? Across the country and across wherever I have gone, 50% of them have said the wrong answer, that when I inhale, my tummy goes in. That's the wrong answer. When I inhale, my tummy has to only come out. Only my tummy, not the shoulders. Only the tummy. When I inhale, my tummy comes out. When I exhale, the tummy goes in. This is the basic foundation of living and life. இங்கேயே இவ்வளவு பெரிய doubt. Basic foundation we have a huge doubt that we don't know what is the right way to breathe. அதுக்கப்புறம் எங்க leadership skill எல்லாம். So the best is, let's practice the foundation of how to breathe properly as a leader first. The minute you understand the basic foundation, any knowledge you gain, you will put in action. That's the reason we are not taking action, because there is no energy there to take action. Can you all practice now? Yes. The best way is, when you inhale, tummy should come out. When you exhale, the tummy goes in. Is it okay? Now here is the catch. I am going to switch off the light now, okay, and I am going to ask you to close your eyes. Now this is a huge challenge for me and for you, because the minute I ask you to close your eyes, that one little fellow inside you will suddenly pop up. Hey, what the hell are you doing, man? What time is dinner? I am a little hungry. Have I updated my Facebook? What happened to my email account? What happened to my girlfriend? All these thoughts will come the minute I ask you to close your eyes. Till that time, nothing will happen. The minute you close your eyes, one non-stop nonsense inside you starts talking to you. And the biggest challenge here is to control this enemy. This enemy within you is not allowing you to succeed in your life. Your biggest freedom struggle is with this fellow who is sitting inside you and talking to you continuously. You can't control this fellow. Let me tell you, you can't control this fellow. You can only cajole him, coax him, plead him, request him, Machan, for 5 minutes allow me. Just for 5 minutes allow me to practice. That's the only way to handle this fellow. You can only trick the mind. You can only trick this fellow. You can't control the mind, you can't control your thoughts. So can you all request to your inner fellow to handle yourself for 5 minutes? Possible? All of you, please close your eyes and pray to your fellow for 10 seconds. Please allow me to practice for 3 minutes. Please close your eyes and tell that fellow. Very good. If you've done that, open your eyes. Don't sleep. But still a lot of people will be there who will not follow my advice. Okay, so still I am going to take you through a process, and then I am going to play a music. The music has 2 simple sounds. I am going to play the music. First listen to the music before we get into the process. Just listen to the music. Sound 1, volume down, volume down. There is only 2 sounds you hear. One twang, that's all you hear. Correct? Huh? Am I right? All you need to do is, when one music starts, one twang starts, start inhaling. Adjust your breath according to the music. When the twang changes, start exhaling. When it again changes, start inhaling. All you need to do, the most simplistic task and action here, is to just adjust the speed of your inhale and exhale to this music. If you do that, it is equivalent to 8 breaths per minute. Have you all understood? Is it very simple? Hey, don't expect big success first time. Don't worry about that. Everything fails for the first time. Please remember, this is the biggest leadership principle. Everything fails the first time. Everything fails. No problem. Very few lucky fellows succeed. But otherwise, for everybody, first time they always fail. That's okay. For some people, if you have already practiced some kind of a breathing, you can do it faster. Some people who have no clue about this, if this is the first time you are doing it, please give an appreciation and applause to you. Okay? because you are taking the first step towards success. Pannama? Can we all do? But the way to practice is actually you have to lie down and practice, but since we don't have the facility here, we are going to sit and practice. Is that okay? So I am going to switch off the light. If you are wearing a spectacle, please remove the spectacle. 5 minutes. And please sit straight. Please sit straight and close your eyes. And still, you know, the mind is little uncanny and little uncontrollable. So I am going to ask you to follow certain instructions of mine before I play the music. Is that okay? I am going to release some sound and I want all of you to mimic the same sound. Is it okay? Please sit straight. Close your eyes. And whatever sound I make, first you follow this sound before we get into the music practice. Sa. Please repeat the sound. Sa. Re. Ga. Ma. Pa. Da. Ni. Sa. Sa. Ni. Da. Pa. Ma. Ga. Re. Sa. A. 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 B. B. C. C. D. D. E. E. O. Oh. Aha. Aha ha. Hey hey. Ho ho ho. Ha ha ha. 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 Stop doing everything and close your eyes. Please close your eyes and stop doing everything. Take a nice deep breath and relax yourself. And I'm going to play the music and just fix your inhale and exhale according to this rhythm for the next 2 minutes. Take both your palms and rub against each other so that you can generate a lot of heat. Rub against Allah. Just rub it faster so that you can generate a lot of heat. And apply it on your eyes and slowly open your eyes. Congratulations, you have practiced 8 breaths per minute for the very first time in your life now. Very good, fantastic. Fantastic effort taken, very nice. If you know to breathe this continuously, morning to night, which is not an easy task, because if you practice it here, it's enough, no? One day, it's enough, no? You get the skill, right? Are you right? One action, one day, it's enough, no? It means we have to practice it every day. It means every day morning, you get up in the morning, practice it for 10 minutes. Just lie down, close your eyes and practice this breathing. Before you go to sleep, again practice it for 10 minutes. If you do this sincerely for next 3 months, you will always find the amount of energy you will have to achieve anything and everything will be very high. You will never feel stressed. You will be always full of energy. Your emotions will not go for a toss. You can control yourself. At least your awareness level will increase. After that, you will take much more further steps towards the direction. Can you all do that? How many of you will do this? Very good, fantastic. Because the minute you have lot of energy, the minute when you practice such techniques and push lot of energy, there is something that has to be done next. That's what Mr. Prakash is going to talk to you. The minute you have lot of energy, if you don't know what you want in your life, if you don't know what is your goal in your life, if you don't have clarity there, the entire energy you are building up, it will get dissipated in sensual activities and unnecessary things. The next topic is absolutely important for all of us, because when you build energy here, you should know where to apply that energy. So can we all stay focused? Possible? And fellows watching online, don't minimize the browser and get into your Facebook. Okay? Stay here with us. This is an amazing session happening over here. And we have an amazing participants in SRM University. Amazing participation from everybody. I'm going to come back to you after 1 hour. I'm again coming back to you after 1 hour to share with you one of the 2000-year-old technique to you. After 1 hour, I'm going to share with you. Please stay tuned here, because that is the biggest law of the world, which I'm going to share the theory and also the technique. Absolutely fantastic participants. You are really great. Can we have a round of fantastic SRM clap for everybody here? Very good. Fantastic. Very good. Thank you very much. See you after 1 hour. And when Prakash comes over here, I want to see SRM clap thundering, uproaring everywhere. Can you all do that? Very good. Thank you very much. See you after 1 hour.
Hello. Thank you. That was Happyness Murali on breathing and leadership. Thank you, Murali, once again.